Just confirm when I'm live. Just confirm when I'm live so that we can start with today's session. Am I live now? Yes, I think I'm live now. I think I'm live now. Yes. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I, CA Pratik Vinay Neve, welcome all of you to this session of amendments in IDT, especially for CMA final and especially for all my students who are comfortable in English. So, yes, we had done amendments 2 days back, that was Hindi English mix, but MEPL always thinks of you all. Okay, also you all who are exclusively, who exclusively understand English. So we are doing this amendment session in exclusive English for all my, especially South India students and those who are comfortable in English. So guys and girls, let us start with session of amendments. I hope you all are doing really well. Okay, you can see the list of rankers from MEPL in all streams, especially CMA stream. So guys, do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. If you are new to the channel, please do subscribe. So let's start with amendments. Okay, what all are the amendments and are amendments important from the upcoming exam point of view? Answer is 100% yes. Hello, Arpanji, hello, how are you? Yes. So amendments, of course, are important. Some of the amendments are very important. So I will be telling you which amendments will matter the most and what exactly are the amendments. So first of all, there is some change in the sense, yes, in the supply topic. So as I deal with supply topic, I have to understand that there is one schedule 3. Schedule 3 talks about certain activities which are neither supply of goods nor supply of services. In that schedule 3 negative list, what they have done, they have amended one point, one entry. That entry which they have amended is of actionable claim. Actionable claim is actually goods, but this actionable claim is kept in negative list. Already it is kept in negative list, no change. But actionable claim other than, now in the other than, what they are saying, actionable claim other than specified actionable claims. Now what are specified actionable claims? Specified actionable claim are betting, casino, gambling, horse racing, lottery and online money gaming. So these 6 actionable claims which you see here, they will be chargeable to GST because it will be falling in the ambit of supply. Why it will fall in the ambit of supply? Because whatever is there in the negative list is not supply. So actionable claim is not supply, but actionable claim other than specified actionable claim. So in short, specified actionable claim is supply. So betting, casino, gambling, horse racing, lottery, online money gaming, all of this will constitute supply. So I hope all of you have followed this. Just to give you glimpse, betting, gambling, lottery already existed earlier also. Now they have added casino, horse racing and online money gaming. So if they would have said other than these 6 items, 6 would be too much to describe in the one entry. So what they have said is other than specified actionable claim, and then they have defined what are the specified actionable claims. Agreed? So I hope that solves your doubt, Arpanji. Yes, actually, it's a very good addition because you can see lot of increasing online money gaming business, isn't it? Like, Pokerbazi and all these apps are coming up. So yes, very good amendment. Absolutely. Then, supply of food and beverage. Just clarificatory amendment, next one. Okay, supply of food and beverages at cinema halls will be taxable literally as a restaurant service. Is it clear, guys, to all of you? So, some amendments are just such that we should run through them. Okay, I am not reading them in detail, but I hope you got it. At a cinema hall like PVR, Inox, you are served food. So that, will be taxable as a restaurant service. Clear? Then, taxability of shares held in a subsidiary company by holding company. First of all, what I should understand is shares are not goods. Shares are not goods because shares mean securities, and securities is kept out of definition of goods. Okay, so shares are not goods. So there is no question of any GST on, shares held by holding in subsidiary company. So, just clarification is given with respect to that. You know that circulars, various circulars issued by CBIC, Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs, can give clarifications. Yes. So this way, many of the things are just clarificatory in nature. Nothing much to, you might feel what is new in this. So yes, nothing is new. It could be just clarificatory in nature. But for sure, in upcoming exam, I am expecting at least one question on online gaming. Okay, because as you go ahead, you will see some, parallel amendments made in various sections to tax online gaming. Then, going ahead, government is empowered to notify goods for whom proviso to section 5(1) is not applicable for levy and collection of IGST, and in whose case IGST shall be levied and collected in manner specified in 5(1) only. What is exactly this? See, what does proviso to 5(1) of IGST Act provides? It says that IGST on goods imported into India shall be levied and collected in accordance with provisions of Customs Tariff Act at the point when the duties of customs are levied on the said goods under section 12 of Customs Act. So now what they are saying is this has to be amended. Okay, why it has to be amended? See, however, in case of intangible goods means again we are talking about actionable claim. So they were saying earlier that for import of goods directly the provisions of customs will apply. That's what proviso used to say. See, IGST on the goods imported into India shall be levied and collected in accordance with provisions of customs. That is what earlier this proviso to 5(1) used to say. But now we cannot apply customs law on what? On online gaming and those intangible goods. So for those, one you can say exception has been made in the proviso. So government now will notify certain goods for whom proviso may not be applicable for levy and collection of IGST. So now for intangible goods, you will not apply provisions of customs. Agreed? And in whose case IGST shall be levied and collected in the manner specified only in 5(1). So in short, provisions of customs will not apply in case of import of online gaming and all those things. Agreed? Yes. Okay, absolutely. You can see. Oh, okay. No, Arpanji, there is a system to be followed. So you will have to mail your doubts at the given mail ID. Okay, I will literally clear your doubt as soon as I get them. Don't worry about that. So amended proviso, what it says, provided that integrated tax on goods other than goods as may be notified on recommendation of council, okay, shall be. So now in short, for some goods For majority goods actually, you will for imported, you will continue to apply provisions of customs, but for online gaming and all those things which are intangible goods, you will apply provisions of IGST. Okay, see this. Consequently, with effect from 1st October 23, supply of online money gaming has been notified for the said purpose wide notification number so and so IT means integrated tax dated 29 September 23. This implies that import of specified actionable claim of online money gaming will be taxed under IGST as import of goods without applicability of customs duty. I hope all of you have followed this. Yes, Thumping Soul, Aryan Roy, have you all followed this? Okay, then guys, going ahead. Tax on services supplied by director of company. See this again, clarificatory amendment. What is this amendment talking about? Understand. A director giving a supply to company, you know, when director gives a supply to company, it is taxable on reverse charge basis. Yes, sir. Absolutely, we know that. When director gives a supply to company, it is taxable on reverse charge basis. Isn't it? Now they have clarified these are those services which are given in the capacity of director. Only these services will be taxable on reverse charge basis. Meaning to say, director has a commercial property. This he has given on rent to company, to his company. So this will not be taxed on reverse charge basis. No. Okay. Only services in capacity of director of that company given to company will be taxable on RCM. Okay. So this is again clarificatory in nature. So see, only those services supplied by director of company which are supplied by him or in the capacity of director of company, okay, shall be taxable under reverse charge mechanism. Please understand. Clear? Is it clear, all of you? Got it? Yes, sir. Then amendment in list of notified services, the tax on which is payable under reverse charge. Okay. So in the RCM notification, there is amendment. Now, what is the amendment? See, in most of these services, you will see that Ministry of Railways, that is Indian Railways word has been inserted. So see, this will, revise your RCM notification also, and you will understand what is the amendment also. It will serve double purpose. So see, services supplied by CG, SG, UT or LA to a business entity. This is taxable under reverse charge. Means business entity will pay GST. But excluding, in the excluding now, they have said services by Department of Post already existed, but they have said Ministry of Railways also. Means whatever services Indian Railway gives, who will pay the tax? Indian Railways itself will pay the tax, not recipient of supply, because it is excluded from RCM. See, in RCM, in this particular first point, word used was excluding, and under excluding, they have added Indian Railways. So, Indian Railways will pay GST for themselves. Indian Railways will pay GST for themselves in these cases. Agreed, all of you? Shall we go ahead? Yes, sir. Absolutely. Then, services supplied by central government, again they have used the word excluding Indian Railways. Okay. So, everywhere Indian Railways will be liable to pay their own GST. There will be no reverse charge mechanism in this case. No passing of GST on the recipient of supply. And then one thing is deleted, or you can say omitted, from the RCM notification. Which service is omitted? Services supplied by a person located in non-taxable territory by way of transportation of goods by vessel from place outside India to custom station of clearance in India. This was earlier covered in RCM. Now it is deleted from RCM. So who will be liable to pay in this case is your supplier of service. Then next is just, for your understanding. There is no need to learn the next notification. Okay, it is about RCM in case of goods. In which goods reverse charge mechanism is applicable. That is being discussed in this notification. So just for your information, I have put it. None of the institutes mostly ask, RCM with respect to goods. Okay. Then going ahead, next one could be an important amendment. Listen properly. Earlier what used to happen, if I am running a stationery shop, I am selling stationery items like diaries, rubber, pen, pencil, and I list my goods. Means I am just telling you example of some goods. These goods, if I list on Amazon or Flipkart or some type of e-commerce operator, then it was impossible for me to, go ahead and continue in composition levy. So it was not possible for dealer in goods to take composition scheme. But now that restriction has been, you can say, omitted. So even if I am supplier of goods, supplying goods through e-commerce operator, I may continue under composition levy if my other conditions are satisfied. So see, registered person may opt for composition scheme even though he is engaged in making supply of goods through an e-commerce operator who is required to collect TCS. Getting it? So please understand, there is one section 10 subsection 2 which says that who will not be eligible for availing composition scheme. In that they have put up the point, that supplier of goods through ECO. Now they have removed this point. So anyone who is supplying goods through ECO can continue for composition scheme. Clear, all of you? So this might become important from exam perspective. So you please keep on marking what I am saying will become important from exam perspective. Okay, first one is your online gaming. I said important. Secondly, this I am saying is important. Fine. Let's go ahead, guys. Let's go ahead. Next one, place of supply. Very, very important amendments in this topic. In place of supply, very important amendments. Shall we discuss now? Are you all with me? First amendment in place of supply is insertion, guys, of new clause. New clause has been inserted, clause CA. Section 10, subsection 1, new clause has been inserted, that is clause CA, 10(1) CA. Agreed? Now what is this clause saying? Okay, I am unregistered person, suppose I go to West Bengal, I am from Maharashtra, I go to West Bengal, and in West Bengal I go to one shop and I purchase some goods over the counter. Over the counter means just I go and ask for some goods. That is called as purchasing goods over the counter. Now in this case, what is said, please try and understand, that if I give my address to the supplier, then place of supply is my location. So if I give my address of Maharashtra to the supplier, supplier will put place of supply, will identify place of supply as Maharashtra. Agreed. And for this purpose, there is no need for me to give my entire address. I can just give my state, that I belong to which state. Okay. Then he will identify the place of supply as location of my state. So what are they saying? Where the supply of goods is made to a person other than registered person, means unregistered person, then the place of supply shall, you will disregard what is given in clause A and clause C of section 10. It will be the location as per the address of said person means unregistered person, okay, in the invoice issued in respect of said supply. And and if it is not possible, if I am not cooperating, if I am not giving my state, the state from which I belong to, then the place of supply will be location of supplier. So location of supplier, where address of this unregistered person is not in the record of the invoice, is not in the records of the supplier. So, or it is not recorded in the invoice. So, I hope all of you have followed this amendment of 10(1) CA. I can see a completely, you can say, a question asked on this issue. Agreed? I can see dedicated question asked on this issue. So let's go ahead now. Then you should understand there are special, I told you that for online gaming some parallel amendments will be made. So there are some special provisions for taxability of supply of online money gaming by person located outside the taxable territory to person in India. Okay, means online gaming company is located outside India and they are giving supply in India of this online gaming goods. You know, they are goods, they are actionable claim. Okay, so what is the special provision for taxability of supply of online money gaming by person located outside India, okay, to person in India? See, consequent to online money gaming becoming taxable by virtue of amendment in Schedule 3 of CGST Act, there was a need for special provision to be introduced for taxability of supply of online gaming by person located outside taxable territory to person in India, providing for liability of said supplier for payment of IGST. Who will pay IGST? Not the recipient of supply but the supplier. Then single registration for said supplier. So that supplier will not take multiple registrations in India. He will take single registration in India, that also through simplified registration scheme. And okay, power of government for blocking of access by public to any information generated and so on. Okay, then a supplier of online gaming not located in India, means taxable territory, shall in respect of supply of online money gaming by him to person in taxable territory, of course, would be liable to pay IGST. Who will pay IGST on this transaction? The supplier of online money gaming. Okay, so very obvious, but we have to provide this. For the purpose of complying with the above provisions, supplier of online money gaming shall obtain a single registration under simplified registration scheme. Okay, that's what we said, single registration. Clear? So all of you can follow this? Yes. Got it? Further, if such supplier does not have physical presence or does not have representative for any purpose in taxable territory, he shall appoint a person in the taxable territory for purpose of paying this IGST. Okay. So very stringent provisions. Government is seriously wanting to collect GST with respect to this online money gaming goods. Okay. Then let's go ahead. Then guys, one more amendment, one more very important amendment. This one will become very important from place of supply. You know there was a section 13 subsection 9. I am saying was means that 13(9) now stands omitted. What is 13 in IGST Act? 13 is your place of supply of services where either supplier or recipient of supply is outside India. In that, subsection 9 was with respect to place of supply of service of transportation of goods. Okay. Now 12(9), sorry, my bad, 13(9) stands omitted. So in short, no specific provision continues for deciding place of supply for transportation, goods transportation service. So automatically now its place of supply will be decided as per residuary. Which is the residuary provision? It is 13(2). Okay, means see, we had discussed in class that place of supply provisions in such cases section 13. Yes, section 13 has 13 subsections. In 13, the general subsection, general provisions are given in subsection 2. So if it is not covered anywhere between subsection 3 to subsection 13, the place of supply provisions, then by default it is covered in subsection 2. So if 13(9) is getting deleted, then the case covered in 13(9) will automatically be covered in 13(2). Do you agree with me? Yes. Then there is one clarification regarding place of supply in case of supply of services in respect to advertising sector. So this clarification you can go through, but I think I have covered what were the most critical amendments in place of supply. Agreed? And some not critical things I have also covered in the Hindi English mix session which I had taken 2 days back. So if anyone of you wants to cover other things as well which couldn't be covered in this session, which are not so important things, then you may watch that session as well. Okay, for your cross reference. Then this adjustment, this amendment you all must be knowing. This was done earlier only. 12(8). What is 12(8)? 12(8) is place of supply of services of transportation of goods. Okay, in that 12(8), now remember 12(8) is not omitted. 12(8)'s proviso is omitted. 12(8) proviso used to say that if the goods are to be transported outside India, then place of supply is destination of those goods. Now that proviso has been deleted, omitted. So automatically, even if goods are transported outside India, it doesn't make difference. Its place of supply will be decided as per normal 12(8). In 12(8), what is the place of supply? If that supply is given to registered person, it is location of that recipient of supply. And if it is given to unregistered person, it is the place where the goods are handed over for their transportation. Okay. In short, earlier what used to happen, if I am sending goods to Canada, okay, I am in India, even transporter is in India, but I am sending goods in Canada, place of supply used to be Canada because of this proviso. but now proviso stands cancelled. So place of supply will be location of recipient if is registered, and if is unregistered, then that place where the goods are handed over for their transportation. Agreed? Yes, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Chalo. Let's go ahead, guys. Then some exemptions from GST are amended. Let's try to understand those amended exemptions. Satellite launch service. So satellite launch service supplied by only few of the entities was exempt. Now they have cancelled supplied by whom they have cancelled. So in short, satellite launch services supplied absolutely by any entity would be exempt. Then again you will see that wordings Indian Railways added at many places. So services by CG, SG, UT, LA, okay, excluding the following services. So in that exclusions, they have put Ministry of Railways. Okay, so services given by Ministry of Railways will be taxable, and actually they have always been taxable. Then services provided by CG, SG, UT and so on, so on, so on, so on. In that also they have included the wordings. Okay, what they are saying, for the purpose of this entry, it is clarified that provisions of this entry means this exemption shall not apply to, and in that they have put again Indian Railways. Okay, then going ahead, again services provided by CG, SG, UT, LA, so and so. But again, nothing contained in this entry shall apply to, and in that they have inserted Indian Railways. So they are looking at Indian Railways like any other normal business entity, withdrawing all the exemptions and also asking Indian Railways themselves to pay GST, not taxing their services on reverse charge basis. Same thing. New exemption has been introduced. Some essential services like water supply, public health, sanitation conservancy, solid waste management and slum improvement and upgradation. These services provided to government authority, they will be exempted. Okay, so this is about your notifications in exemptions. I mean amendments in exemption notification. Okay, then in this services by way of transport of goods by vessel from place outside India up to custom station, this was earlier exempted, now that exemption is withdrawn. And services received by RBI from outside India in relation to foreign exchange management reserve, that was earlier exempted. Now that notification also stands, that exemption also stands withdrawn. Okay, chalo. So this way you have to understand our amendments in exemptions. I hope they are clear to all of you. Then comes one more critical part, value of supply. Okay, see, what are the amendments in value of supply? Now as such, section 15.1, 15.2, 15.3 does not get directly amended. Okay, assessable value is equal to transaction value, that is price actually paid or payable for supply of goods or services or both. That can never get amendment. That can never have any amendment. Amendment is with respect to 15.5. Do you remember 15.5? Yes. What is 15.5? 15.5 is what? 15.5 is for some notified goods, government may prescribe the valuation. And now, what is notified for that purpose? For that purpose, they have notified online gaming. Agreed? For that purpose, they have notified online gaming. Okay. So see, supply of online money gaming. Okay. Then supply of actionable claims, casinos, etc., etc., etc. have been notified, and now for this purpose, value will be as, for this purpose, guys, value will be as prescribed. Okay, so prescribed means where prescribed? Prescribed in the rules. So for that, they have inserted some new rules. Okay, now we will see some interesting provisions in those rules. Okay, see 31B. What will be the value of online money gaming? Value of supply in case of online money gaming. Okay, check what it will be. Very important. It will be total amount paid or payable to or deposited with supplier by way of money or money's worth. How much amount I am paying for participating in that online money gaming. Means there is some Rummy Circle. Okay, app like Rummy Circle or Dream 11. Then how much money I am paying for participating in the game, that much will become value of supply. Further, very stringent clause, headache for the assessee, any amount returned or refunded by supplier to the player for any reason whatsoever, including player not using the amount paid or deposited with supplier, means if that online money gaming app refunds anything to the participant, then that amount will not be excluded from the value. That amount continues to form part of value. See, it shall not be deductible from value of supply. Clear? So this is one more thing that you have to understand here. Very stringent thing, very strict government is in this online money gaming. Even if you have put 1000 rupees in that app, 1000 rupees is the accessible value then. Even if afterwards you are withdrawing out of that 1200 rupees, accessible value will continue to be 1000. Accessible value will not go down by 200. Okay, then with respect to actionable claims in case of casino, what will be the accessible value? In casino, if you want to participate in that casino games, then you have to purchase token, chips, coins, tickets, etc. So whatever amount you are paying for purchasing this token, coins, chips, that will be called as accessible value. That will become your accessible value. Okay. Further, my dear friends, if of course token, chips, etc. is not required, directly you are putting money, then whatever money you are putting, okay, for participating in that event, that itself will become your accessible value. Then what I have to understand, again, if some coins I have not used, then I will deposit that coins and take the refund. Point is, such refund amount will not be reduced while calculating value of supply. So see, any amount returned, refunded, so and so forth, okay, shall not be deductible from value of supply. So government is becoming too strict with respect to valuation of these actionable claims. Agreed? Did you get the point? 100% you can expect question on this in your exam. 100%. And then one explanation is given, very wonderful explanation. If you win in this online gaming, okay, or in casino, if you win, say you win 1 lakh rupees, and now that 1 lakh you don't withdraw, you play more games taking that 1 lakh as base. Means in Dream 11 competition, you made a team, cricket team, okay, and then you won, suppose you had put 100 rupees, and on that basis you won say 500 rupees. So now your balance is 500 rupees in that Dream 11 app. Now using that 500 rupees, you use that 500 rupees for next matches as a participation fee. So government is bit lenient here. What they are saying, any amount received by player by winning any event, okay, and so on, which is used in playing by said player in the further event without withdrawing, thankfully, shall not be considered as the amount paid or deposited. Means, guys, that further amount will not form part of assessable value. At least this one is in the favor of the supplier of these service goods and recipient of supply, in the favor of the assessee, you can say. Okay, so guys, please keep this in mind. Okay, further this next point which you see is amendment in time of supply of goods, because actionable claims are goods. So we are talking about these 6 actionable claims, specified actionable claims. In this specified actionable claim, notification 66 by 2017's provision will not apply. In simple language, if advance is received by supplier with respect to these actionable claims, then time of supply is date of receipt of this advance. Okay, so see, in case of specified actionable claims, the tax has to be paid at the time of receipt of payment. Okay, for other goods, what is the thing? For other goods, the time of supply is date of issue of invoice or the last date when invoice was supposed to be issued, whichever is earlier. But guys, for actionable claims which are goods, the provision is, date of issue of that ticket or invoice or the date of receipt of payment, whichever is earlier. Okay, so please understand it in depth. Going ahead, how will valuation of personal guarantee by directors, and very interesting point, my dear friends. If I was examiner, I would ask you question on this because it will involve deep understanding. Okay, understand it. As a director, I have given personal bank guarantee for my company. What is bank guarantee? My company wants loan of 1 crore. So I gave a guarantee to bank that my company in which I am a director will repay the loan of 1 crore. So for giving this guarantee, I might receive some commission from my company. Question is, what is the value in this commission? What is the value of this commission? That is the question. So now nicely, what they say, director and company are related to each other as per definition of related persons. Yes, they are related to each other. Okay, so you will have to do valuation as per the rules. Why, sir? Why rules? Because where supplier and recipient of supply are related to each other, then valuation is as per the rules. In rules, you will have to go to rule number 27, not 27, 28. Because 27 is when price is not sole consideration. 28 is when supplier and recipient of supply are related to each other. So in that case, what will be the value? The value will be open market value. Open market value means how much in other cases director is charging from such recipient of supply. That But here RBI steps in, and RBI guideline says that no consideration by way of commission or brokerage or fees or any form can be paid to the director by company directly or indirectly for providing personal guarantee to the bank. So in short, in such cases, it's not possible to have any consideration. So thankfully in these cases, assessable value, which is open market value, shall be 0. Consequently, there is no question of such supply transaction having any open market value. Accordingly, it is clarified that open market value of said transaction or supply may be treated as 0, and therefore no tax is payable on such supply of service by director to company. Clear? However, in exceptional cases where remuneration is payable to director, the taxable value of such supply of service shall be remuneration or consideration provided to such director by the company directly or indirectly. I should at least remember usual case, that usually in such cases assessable value shall be 0. Okay, so really wonderful point. So I think you should do that, and for your reference you can go through the next thing given in this clarification. What is that? See this next one. Okay, yes, Arshad ji, we will plan that also. Your point is noted. For intermediate, the amendments. Yes, your point is noted, my dear friend. And what I would like to tell you, Arshad ji, is even if you watch amendments of CMA final, they will be useful for your intermediate exams also. Because in CMA final, though, we will cover all amendments, isn't it? So please do watch. Okay. Then, whether activity of providing corporate guarantee by a person on behalf of another related person or by holding company for sanction of credit facility to its subsidiary, to the bank, financial institution, even when made without any consideration, will be treated as taxable supply of service or not, and if taxable, what would be the value of such supply of service? See, what are they saying? When the corporate guarantee is provided to bank or financial institution by a company for providing credit facilities to another company, means X company is giving bank guarantee for Y company. In this case, what is the value of supply? Because X company will get some commission. So what is the value of supply? That is the discussion. Okay. Or holding company is giving bank guarantee for its subsidiary company. So both are related. So what is the value of supply in that case? That is the point of discussion. Okay. So check. In such cases, taxable value will be determined as per newly inserted sub-rule 2 to rule 28. Okay. So you know rule 28 had clause A, B, C. Now it has got sub-rule 2. So according to this sub-rule 2, what will be the value of supply? It will be 1% of amount of such guarantee offered. So if X company has given bank guarantee to Y company worth rupees 1 crore, means X company has given guarantee to bank for Y company of 1 crore, then value of supply will be 1% of 1 crore, which is 1 lakh, or actual consideration, whichever is higher. Check, whichever is higher. Agreed? I hope all of you followed this. Okay, then go through this clarification. Okay, then as we go ahead, discussing with you the utmost important amendments. ITC, I know that this 30th November amendment, of course, all of us know that last date of taking ITC is 30th November following the end of the financial year to which the invoice pertains, or actual date of filing annual return, whichever is earlier. We know that. Then this amendment which I am discussing is VVVIMP. Very, very, very important. Please mark this amendment very important. What is the amendment? Blocked credits. Block credit means certain purchases of goods or service on which I don't get ITC. Isn't it? So what is blocked credit? Block credit means what you have understood. Now, what is the amendment in section 17 subsection 5, which is of block credit? So Arshad ji, one new clause has been introduced. That clause is FA. According to this FA clause, if you are purchasing any goods or taking any services to give what? To be used in CSR activities, corporate social responsibility activities, then you can't get ITC of such goods or services. That is the amendment, guys. So please mark this very important. Then see this in registration topic, mandatory registration for every person supplying online money gaming from place outside India to person in India. You know that section 24 talks about cases where registration is mandatory irrespective of turnover. In that, now they have added this person who is supplying online money gaming from place outside India to person in India to get registered. Okay, then some amendments in procedures in registration. Requirement of person presence of applicant for physical verification. Okay, this is amended to some extent. So go through this particular amendment. It is with respect to your procedural part. So thus now presence of applicant is not required for physical verification. Congratulations. Okay, so go through details once with respect to these amendments, but I am just making you aware about these small amendments. Then details of bank account required to be furnished by applicant within 30 days of grant of registration. Otherwise your registration will get suspended, or before filing of your GSTR1, that is statement of outward supply or invoice furnishing facility, whichever is earlier, or otherwise your registration can get suspended. Yes, what is the question you're asking? Sovic person providing, yes, online gaming outside India in India. Perfect. They will have to compulsorily get registered. So yes, what is the question? Roy ji, what is the question? Or are you just confirming the point? Then there could be system based suspension of registration in case of failure to furnish details of valid bank account within stipulated time, and there will be automatic revocation of suspension. If you furnish those details, automatically your suspension will be revoked, means your registration will be restored. Okay, then time limit for filing the application for revocation of cancellation. As per section 30, you can revoke the cancellation. Time limit for revoking that cancellation, okay, has been increased to 90 days. Earlier it was 30 days. Now that 30 days, it is, increased to 90 days. An extension of 180 days is permitted on sufficient reasons being shown. Very good. Roy G, very good. Are you watching the amendments from the beginning? Yes. Then again, a simplified registration scheme for persons supplying online information database access retrieval services. Netflix was the example for this I had given you in the class. Okay, so simplified registration procedure for them, and even for persons who are supplying this online money gaming from person outside, from place outside India. Okay, then after that, my dear friends, if I am supplying any goods via ECO, then earlier it was compulsory for me to take registration irrespective of irrespective of aggregate turnover. In class, I had given you example of I selling imitation jewelry via ECO. For me, registration was must under GST, irrespective of turnover. But now, unregistered person with aggregate turnover up to threshold limit is allowed to supply goods through ECO. No need to take registration. Okay. So you can go through the details of this. Okay. Now, clear? So please understand these things. And then we have been under GST bringing more and more people under the e-invoicing scheme. So now the limit for bringing suppliers in e-invoicing scheme has been reduced to 5 crores. Means what? If friends, from 1718, that is from the time GST law was implemented, from that time, in any of the financial year, if your turnover was exceeding 5 crores, then with effect from 1st October, with effect from 1st August 23, you will have to start making e-invoice. We have discussed in topic of documents what is e-invoicing. So I think that 5 crore limit will become important from your MCQ perspective also. Okay, then going ahead guys, this small amendments you can do, clarification based, circular based. Then in ECO amendment, procedural amendment you can do. Then here is one important amendment. All of you must remember this amendment. Very important, my dear friends. If you are taking service of any bus operator, okay, local bus operator who is not company, but you did the booking through Red Bus, Trivago, Clear Trip, you know na, that bus operators can be registered with this ECOs, then it will be liability of ECO to pay GST. Do you remember your section 9 subsection 5 of CGST Act? In notified cases, it is liability of ECO to pay GST. So now one more case is notified, that is, services given by bus operator other than company through ECO. Getting it? So when I'll tell you my personal experience. When I booked ticket from Red Bus, okay, of Dolphin Travels, not a company, then Red Bus charged me GST. Why they charged me GST? Why Red Bus charged GST? because they are ECO providing, being an intermediary. So Dolphin Travels is supplier. I am recipient of supply. But as per 9.5, when such bus operator service is provided other than company via ECO, it is liability of ECO to pay GST. So I am expecting question on this in the exam. If they want to ask anything from the amendment, then this could be one of the place. Agreed, guys? So in short, earlier, my dear friends, there were three notified services. You know which three notified services? Number one, um, the motor taxi cab services. Then the ECO was liable to pay GST. Ola, Uber. Second, accommodation services supplied by unregistered person. Then OYO was liable to pay GST, ECO. Then housekeeping service provided by unregistered person. Then ECO was liable to pay GST. That is your urban company. These are the classic examples which I am giving you. Classic means they are the premier in their industry. That's why I am giving you those examples. Now one more is added. That is to means bus service provided by other than company via ECO. Example of ECO is Red Bus. Clear? So that one will become important. Then some amendments in return topic. So again, procedural amendments. You can go through them. Import export under GST, procedural amendments, refunds under GST. These also you can go through. Not anything substantial, not anything really important from exam perspective, I would say. Okay, so I hope, my dear friends, that you have understood the amendments that we discussed. I really hope that. Okay, and once I want you to go through these amendments, to think about them, and thank you so much for joining. I really, really wish you all the very best, and may you prosper in the exams. Thank you so much. I see a Pratik Neve from Team MEPL. Sign off. Before signing off, I would just like to tell you, request you, if you are new to the channel, do consider subscribing to the channel and hit the bell icon. And more importantly, if you have found these amendments interesting, important, then please do share with your colleagues, with your friends, because sharing is caring, and they will also get these amendments in exclusive English. Okay, so thank you so much, my dear friends. Bye bye, take care, God bless you.